The Chicago mayoral race is heating up. Already more than a half dozen candidates have jumped in to challenge Mayor Lori Lightfoot for her job. And veteran Chicago police officer Frederick is one of those people, and he's here with us right now to talk about his vision for the city. Great to see you, Frederick.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So you've ran for mayor before.
Yes.
Why do it again?
Well, because Chicago's not only our city, but it's my home. It's where I've raised my family. It's where I grew up. It's where my friends live at. It's where I go to church at. And home has to be protected.
Now, you listed a lot of plans on your website, more than a lot of candidates, which that's great to see. One of your plans is on education. You say you're going to increase attendance by 97%, but the current attendance rate from CPS, according to their latest information, is 94%. So what exactly do you see that needs to be changed, and how do you see yourself doing that?
Well, I think one of the greatest things we can do is start to make sure that students are in class and in school during school hours. We know that most of the time when school is going on, especially I do as a Chicago police officer working the street, many of those students are out on the street getting caught up in crime or becoming victims of crime. We want to make sure we bring back under my administration attendance officers.
Attendance officers, in addition to more police officers you're calling for in your public safety plan. In particular, we already have 11,000 on the force currently. You want to add 20,000 officers, according to your website. CPD is already having a tough time as it is trying to get more police recruited. How do you plan to bring in more police officers?
Well, the first thing is changing a lot of the policies that the current administration has. The second thing is making sure that the officers who wear the uniform so proudly and defend and protect all of us, let them know that they have a mayor who backs them, a mayor who's concerned about them as well as the community.
What policies do you want to change?
Well, one of the most foolish ones I've ever heard of in my life is a no chase policy.
Why? What's wrong with the no chase policy?
Well, if someone breaks in your house and you get there to your house and the police are right down the block, and you say, wait a minute, this guy's running out of my house and I didn't give him permission to be in there, he just broke in my house, why shouldn't the police go after him?
So you're talking about adding more police officers at a time when Democratic politics is really talking about reimagining public safety. How does adding more police officers actually contribute to decreasing crime?
Well, it gives more of a presence. Wouldn't you agree? When you see more policemen out there on the street, it gives more of a presence of law and order as well as safety. Parents feel more safe allowing their children to play in front of their house, to go to the park, because they know there's a sense of police presence out there, which also makes people feel more safe.
So being a former police officer, how does that influence how you look at public safety in Chicago? Probably the top issue on a lot of people's minds right now.
Well, here's the caveat of it all. I'm not only a Chicago police officer, but I'm a community member. I'm a neighbor. I'm a father with 3 kids, a grandfather with 3 kids. So my community plays a huge role in the way I see things and the way I feel. The police experience gives me the added advantage over every other candidate on how to deal with crime.
Now, you spent nearly 30 years as a Chicago cop, so very well experienced, but during that time you racked up nearly 40 complaints, more than 94% of other officers, according to the Indivisible Institute. In a time where people want more accountability from their police officers, what makes you the right mayor for this time?
Well, the fact that I only got 40 complaints, that means there were 40 criminals that I caught that just didn't like the fact they got caught. It should have been more. And I guarantee you, as mayor, you can add another 0 to that because I'll take more violent criminals off the street.
So none of those 40 were, any misconduct on your end?
No. As a matter of fact, I'm still currently working as a Chicago police officer in the 12th District. Still carry a badge, still have the authority and the trust of the public.
All right, Frederick, thank you so much for joining us. We wish we had more time with you, but we appreciate you being here. On the Block has invited all Chicago's mayoral candidates to join our program, and we look forward to having more conversations in the coming months.